Hi, everybody. I'm David Rodriguez. Welcome to Leaning Left. I want to talk about Lauren Boebert. I hope there's a day when I can stop talking about Lauren Boebert. I'm sure most of you have seen by now. It happened about a week ago, I think, that she went to a live performance of Beetlejuice with a date and conducted herself badly enough that she had to be kicked out. So what did she do in this instance? Well, she was vaping, which I'm pretty sure is not allowed indoors. She was vaping right near a pregnant woman who asked her if she wouldn't mind stopping. And of course she kept going because Lauren Boebert, I don't know. So she did that. That's already crappy. And I'll talk about that a little more in a minute. And then her and her date, like this is on video. You can see this video easily. I almost can't avoid it at this point. Are grabbing each other in a lot of places. You know, he's got his hand on her chest. Her hand is way up his thigh. I guess you can probably figure out what's going on. And so she gets kicked out. As well she should. Oh boy. Okay. So listen. Everyone does something stupid, right? We've all done stupid things. I haven't done that, but I've done stupid things. You know, you get caught up in a moment, whatever it is, and maybe you do something not really appropriate to the place you're at. I can understand that a little bit. After all, a woman in her early 20s, and what was that? Oh, she's a grandma? Lauren Boebert's a grandma. Okay, well, that changes things up a little bit. She should know better, right? She should know better. I don't know her exact age. I'm going to guess somewhere in her 30s, maybe. There's a lot to unpack here. And here's the thing. If Lauren Boebert didn't go around Boeberting everywhere, I probably wouldn't bother to talk about this. On its own, it's not super interesting. The problem here is the hypocrisy of it all, right? So you have Lauren Boebert, who is like constantly talking about how she's pro-life. She's so incredibly worried about that fetus in every woman who's pregnant, right? So worried about that. But she vapes right by a pregnant woman. And maybe she didn't realize that person was pregnant at first. I'm not sure exactly how the seating was arranged or if Lauren looked at her at all. But at some point the woman told her, hey, I'm pregnant. Do you mind cutting that out? And she didn't do it. She didn't do it. Because she cares so much. Although, you know, in fairness, Republicans aren't really known to believe in medical facts or science, anything really that is true. So maybe she doesn't think that secondhand smoke or smoke at all hurts a baby. Maybe she thinks that's good for a baby. Maybe she drank constantly when she was pregnant. I have no idea. I'm not saying she did. But who knows? You know, people who disbelieve science and medical professionals like that, well, who knows? They could do anything. But it does show a little bit of hypocrisy there. She doesn't care. She doesn't care about that fetus that she says she cares so much about. Wow. Lauren Boebert is the kind of person who thinks that everyone who is gay or cross-dresses or whatever is a groomer. She thinks they are. And she thinks that homosexuals behave inappropriately. She has a lot of negative things to say about how people who are different from her behave and how they're sexualizing children. Gross. That's what she thinks. They're all doing that because they carry on in a sexual manner in front of kids, even though a lot of times they aren't really, but she just says they're sexual because it's, I don't know, man wearing women's clothes or vice versa. Apparently that's very sexy to her. I don't know. But at this performance of Beetlejuice, there were kids there. And listen, just to be clear, in case you haven't seen this video, they weren't like just making out, which already would be kind of like weird for someone her age. Like, you have a home, like you can do that at home. You don't have to do that in the theater. No, they're full on in a girl fest, right? Like, I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. There was a lot happening here. Like, really, it was pretty intense. But I guess she's very worried about how people behave in front of children, how they're not acting appropriately with their sexuality, right, Lauren? So that's what she did. She behaved in a very sexual way where there are kids, smoked by a pregnant woman, Didn't care about that. Oh, here's a fun thing. Did I mention that her date runs a gay-friendly bar, is a Democrat, and his bar has had drag queen shows there? The things that Lauren Boebert is so against and thinks anyone who's involved in that is a groomer. That was her date. That was her date. And afterwards she's like, oh, I should have looked into him. I should have looked into him. Come on, Lauren. Really? You didn't know anything about this guy? Really? Today? You didn't think to look him up on Facebook or Twitter or whatever else you have? Come on. Come on, Lauren. Cut the crap. The reason why you're able to date him, despite all these things you say, is because you don't believe in anything. Almost no one in the Republican Party does. They care about themselves and what they can get for themselves, and they'll spout whatever hatred thing they feel like, but they don't actually give a damn about a single thing. Certainly not about having any sort of principles. Certainly not about staying true to the things they spout out. Which maybe we should be glad they're staying true to the things they spout out, because they spout out a lot of garbage. But God, the hypocrisy. It's insane. And now, Lauren Boebert, she's had a little bit of a stroke of luck, because they were able to try, the Republicans were, I should say, to divert attention away from that little scandal to John Fetterman wearing a hoodie in Congress. They're on him like crazy about that. They cannot shut up about the way this man dressed. It's almost as big a deal as Obama's beige suit. Remember the beige suit? Oh, the scandal. It almost ruined the nation. John Fetterman isn't dressing up in Congress. Now, look, I'm surprised by that, too. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think anyone would show up to Congress like that. I thought they'd all dress in their suit and tie or whatever. I don't know why he's doing it, but also I don't care that much because he's putting in the work. He's actually trying to do things to help the American people, which I don't think any Republican in Congress can say they're doing. Remember all that stuff they ran on about, securing the border and lowering inflation? They haven't done a single thing to try to make those things happen. They've shown pictures of Hunter Biden's junk. There's another inappropriately sexual thing. But they haven't done anything to help anybody. They're just impeaching Joe Biden, showing Hunter Biden's nude body. That's what they got over there. But they have the gall to point to Democrats when they do something, slightly out of line, when they are an absolute dumpster fire over there. So anyway, I feel like I'm getting too broad. I'm starting to talk about all the Republicans. Really, it's just Lauren Boebert. She's a complete hypocrite. If you haven't seen that video of what she was doing, go ahead and do it. I don't know if I can get that video on here because I don't know if I have rights for it. And also, I don't want my video to get pulled for having inappropriate content. So I'm not going to put that on my video. It's out there to find. I'm sure you can find it. God, the stupidity never stops on that side. It never does. Anyway, what do you think? Did you see this video? What did you think about this behavior? What do you think Lauren was thinking, if she was thinking? Do you think that maybe she didn't know that her date was a Democrat who ran a gay-friendly bar that hosted drag shows? Do you think that that's true? What did you think of her non-apology that she gave out? I didn't even touch on that, but you can go find that. I'd love to hear that in the comments. But in the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit like and subscribe and click the bell icon so you can know about the next time I put out a video. And in the meantime, stay woke, stay vigilant, keep fighting, and remember, if you keep leaning left, you'll always be right.